not affected by it. As the famous example given is the Gita, like the lotus leaf. I don't know how many of you see lotus leaf. Like the water drops on a lotus leaf, it just moves. Or better would be the mercury drops on the here on a sheet of glass. What happens? Mercury may be just moving, like silver, moving like that, but it doesn't stick to the glass. So how to live in this world, just like that mercury drop on the glass, and how to work. These two things are important in working, people and work. When we say active life, it is our jobs and other business, different kinds of activities, and then people. Otherwise, a house or a city has no meaning. Take away work and people. What does it mean? Supposing here, this law, take away all the things that are here, and then take away all the people. Nothing is left. So life means that for us, especially when we discuss these questions related to our deeper spiritual life. It is people and then work. Sri Krishna was one of the first teachers. Swamiji says, I challenge anyone to show whether before Sri Krishna anyone has shown this. That is, love for love's sake, work for work's sake. Loving without attachment, working without attachment. He said it is his contribution, Sri Krishna's contribution. Of course, later on others developed, and some others might have implied it, but it is he who very pointedly showed to us. So, this non-attachment runs through all this. Whatever may be the method of practice, it is the central point is non-attachment. So, we discussed, please come. Here is the chair. Oh, that is the third.
I wasn't sure if people are listed by the meetings.
No.
That's it.
Sorry. So one method we discussed was this: try to remain as a witness under different conditions by using sheer willpower. I won't involve myself. I won't allow myself. Let the body go, mind go, even the individual personality go. Let me withdraw. It is possible, because when we see the structure of a human being, we find it is possible. We have what we can. I'll make it simpler. We have, when we say a witness, I see certain things outside. Witness has two characteristics. One is, he is different from that. You think of a witness in a court. He is entirely different from that. He should be unassociated with either parties. The stranger the witness is, the better for the judge. He will be more impartial, without knowing. He is entirely different. And he himself should be nirvikari, means unchangeable. The witness should not be like a weathercock. Oh, if one party forces him to say something, influences, he influences this way. The other way, yes, he is influenced again. So if the witness or a judge is like that, then truth cannot be found out. Now there is one story. One judge was writing his judgment after hearing only one party. The friend who observed this was shocked. What is this? What are you doing? Oh, previously I used to hear both the parties and then write. Then it started confusing me. So now I do only this way. So, a witness or a judge should not be changeable like that. He should be very, very firm, unchangeable. Then only he can be a real witness. So, here when we say witness, say I for example, take another example. I see something. This is red and that is blue and that is white like that. This is stationary and they are all there different. So it can report. I can report very, very nicely, it can report. Or the mind, it sees my eyesight is sharp, my eyesight has become dull, I have cataract, I have small eye, I have squint eye, big eye. Like that, the mind becomes the witness and then the eyes are different. It can see and report about the eyes properly. Like that we go to the ego side. My mind has doubts, or now I am free from doubts. My mind has desires, my mind has without desires. Or my mind has these resolutions, and then my mind has faith. Now it's no faith. My mind has different moods. The ego is observing all these mind operations going on in the mind. Ego is stationary there. So my ego becomes the I consciousness becomes the observer or the witness, and all the things go on. We see every day. We can see easily. And then I also, supposing I was playing there, let us say, in the golf course. I'm a golfer at that time. That I is there. I is a golfer. Now I am coming and talking about it. I am a speaker. Or later on I will listen something. I am a listener. And then someone is there. His father somewhere, son somewhere, and husband somewhere, uncle somewhere. So yes, different types of egos go on there. I. And there must be still some observer there. He is observing everything. So, our teachers again and again point out, we can observe like that. We can observe our own ego. We can observe our own mind. We can observe our own senses, our own body, and all the activities. Everything can be observed. That means, I, as a real man, is unchangeable reality. Is different from all this. So, it is possible to observe all these things. It is not just some theory or some metaphysical or some speculation. We do every day, but it should be done more clearly and then deliberately. So then it becomes a means to become non-attached. That's what we discussed about. And another was this even-mindedness. There also it is willpower. Just try to remain like that. Not associating or not expecting results of any kind. Whatever comes is all right. Be firm and then go on doing your duties, jobs, whatever is there. Do. Next, let us come to some other methods. Maybe these methods are easier. Is work or life as worship of God. Whatever is done, do as worship. And then dedicate it. Just as we do, say, offer incense or offer a flower. Like that, you offer your work. It's a simple method, especially those who have that approach towards reality. That is, God is my own, God is within me, and He responds to our prayers, and He responds to our meditations, worship and all that. Just as I try to go to Him, He tries to come to me. In fact, the devotees say, He is more eager to come to us than my eagerness to go to Him. Eckhart would say, God is more loyal to man than man is to God. And all the devotees, the spiritual seekers who have experienced this, are at one when they say this. He is more eager to come to us. If you go one step towards Him, they say, He will come 1,000 steps towards you. So, when He is like that, you offer all this as a worship. Whatever you do is an act of worship. Taking care of the children, going to the office, or working in a firm, cleaning the room, any work Any honest work which is meant to serve people, it can be offered to God. Because God is present in everyone, in the heart of everyone. He is the Atma, He is the Self, He is God, He is within you and everywhere. So after doing the work, you quietly offer. There, this idea is developed still further. One devotee writes, as the things as work takes shape, you go on offering. Don't wait till the end. As it comes, you offer. And then, individually you can offer. All these, there is one word, that's why I got this. Yat yat karma karomi tattadakilam shambho kavara. Whatever I do is your aradhana. That means your worship going on. It may be just my talk. So talk that is the offering now. At this time, talk is the offering. As far as you are concerned, listening is the offering. So all are gods sitting. Everyone is God. God is present within the heart of everyone. So whatever you do in relationship with Him is worship and is service. There is another verse. Vani gunana kachane. Whatever words I speak is worship. A child is there, a naughty child. Mother has to scold the child. Yes, I scold the child. That is worship of God in that child. And then listening something, yes, that is worship. So that is, ears are used for the sake of God. Hands are used for working for the Lord. And then the mind is given to, say, algebra. Mind is given there. God is present there too. So I offer there, mind is offered there. Like that, all the senses and all the faculties of the mind, body, they can be offered. Not only that, whatever you have, you offer it. At particular moment, say mind is restless. At that time, you offer restless mind, I offer. This is all what I have. What more can I do? That is the devotee's attitude. Whatever I have at a particular moment, I offer to you. You are my beloved. So this time, my restless mind is the only thing I have got now. That I will offer. Some other time, anxieties are there. Full of anxiety. Now this is all the offering I have got. I will offer to you. Some other time, doubts are there. I offer doubts to you. Some other time, my mind is very fine. I am in a very fine mood. All good thoughts are coming. And in an elevated mood. Yes, that I offer to you. And they say heart aches and or loneliness. Here there is no do or don't. It is a free flow. Whatever I have, yat karma karomi, whatever I have, whatever I do, I just offer. We are asked to offer like that. That means don't build up. See, psychologically, these attachments go on building up. Today I have got something. Tomorrow again something. Day after tomorrow. So the bonds become stronger and stronger, stronger and stronger. If we again and again bring our passions or ego, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. 3 times if you say it is mine, 4th time you feel like putting it in your pocket. That is the attachment. So first, it's all unknown things. Somehow we pick up and then we insist us, so force a few times, then it becomes ours. So, any act you do, any relationship, the teachers say, don't build up like that. Go on building up. Now and then, you disown that. Give it to its rightful owner. It's the God who owns everything in this world. Including my body, my mind, my personal, everything, it is He who owns. He is the owner. He owns us, so give it back to the rightful owner. Whatever you do, give it back. You have done something, it is through His help Through His power you have done, give it back to Him. Don't want even for a single moment. As it comes, let go on. So this one method is considered very, very efficacious. Even it helps us to reduce our ordinary worldly way, if you think, the tensions, and then the confusions, all that. In the beginning, it may appear to be just a mechanical thing. Now, I say, I have done everything, I offer at your feet, O Lord. If I say, it may appear to be just mechanical. It may not go deeper. But as one proceeds, practices more and more, it becomes more meaningful. It is said, His heart or the weight of the burden. One feels the burden is taken out like this. I'm carrying a burden. If I offer this, it is as good as keeping my burden like that. Even if it comes for a moment, one feels much relaxed inside. But if you persist in that practice, then non-attachment. That is why this art of dedication is considered one of the best methods of, again, in developing this non-attachment. Long dedicating every day, morning, evening, or every action that is done, or some significant action that is done, in a very, very natural way, you place a repeated Lord. And here another question comes. It's good. I'm speaking so much of Lord, God, and all that. But that, along with this, we are asked to practice the presence of God. Our relationship with God, that should become deepened. That should be deepened. That's a central point in spiritual life. After all, what is spiritual life? Living in the Spirit, Spirit-centered life. That is spiritual life. We say selfish life. He's living such a selfish life. What does it mean? Everything centers around the self, the little self. That is selfish life. So, when we say God means the spiritual life, everything centered in the Spirit. God-centered life. So, how to live that God-centered life? Bringing the center of gravity from different places to here. See now, ordinarily, why do we get upset over things? Our center of gravity is changed. Constantly it changes. My whole life is here in this. Like a child's whole life is in that lollipop or ice cream cone that is there. Supposing it is ice cream cone, you snatch away the ice cream cone. Or the bicycle, snatch it. It's lost. He thinks, one boy was telling, when I was young, my mom did like that, I thought of killing her at that time. That means that is the reaction that comes. He's completely disturbed. So what we do, bigger children, we have some such lollipop or some ice cream cone in different places. Money is one, and then relations are another. Like that, hundreds of career, my reputation, like that, so many centers are there. I live there. That is my center of gravity there. When that is disturbed, I feel very, very unhappy. The insecurity. Insecurity is due to that. Is due to my having center of gravity not in the proper place. We topple. Just we topple like that. It goes on. So, bringing the center of gravity into ourselves, of the God within, the self within, the divinity within, is another, call it trick or technique for dedication that also is necessary. How far they are God conscious? How far our relationship is through the Spirit, not through anything else. What is the medium through which I am connected with some other person? What's the basis? Basis should become Spirit. So a Spirit-centered life, God-centered life, alone can bring us really. We are going to deeper waters. That is from just for the willpower and all that, and in the act of offering, Now it is really, it should be a God-centered life. Then only non-judgment comes. The Spirit-centered life. The more we belong to God, the less we belong to all these shows and then appearances of life. We belong to the reality. So, this God-centered life or practicing more and more the presence of God. So, relationship through the Lord. One example is given. It's very, very nice. When you have the example, in such relationship, it should be like this. In the ocean, there are many, many bubbles. If one bubble comes and then attaches to another bubble, what happens? It bursts. Very soon it will burst. If our relationships are straight like this, but the body level or the mind level or, oh, the personality is so good, so let me become his friend like that. If it rests on that, anytime the bubble may burst. So if the connection is the water in the connection, let us say. From one bubble to another bubble, or one wave to another, the whole connection is made in terms of water. Let us understand all this psychologically, in a subtle sense. Then we are safe. So, all relationship, you are asked to make this through the Lord. That means we should be familiar with the Lord, familiar with God, familiar with Spirit. So God consciousness comes into operation there. For that, how to do it? They're all connected. Our daily prayer, daily meditation. There is no substitute for this. However much people may say, oh, I see God in everyone, I see the Spirit in everyone, I go about like this. You may surely say he is just a talker. Those who have struggled in spiritual life will not say that. After struggling in spiritual life, doing all these things, reading, we have some hazy ideas, living in the realm of thought. They say it is fine, we are becoming spiritual. But no one can become spiritual just by that. Along with that, there must be that regular, formal spiritual practice. A routine practice must be there. Then only we can go deep inside. The depth will not come by other means. That is why in all traditions, that regular practices are advised, not only advised, it is just commanded by our teachers. If you want to grow, this should be done. Every day your prayer and meditation, morning, evening, noon, or more number of times if you can. Anyway, thereby, try to go deep inside, as deep as you can. And feel the presence, bring that presence in your day-to-day life, active life, in your relationship with others, bring that. Eckhart tells this in a very nice way. It says, center. If you want to draw a circle, how do you draw a circle? Hold firmly in the center, then stretch the radius, then draw the circle. You can draw as big a circle as you like. Unless the center is firm, how can you do that? It will become eccentric everywhere. So this is another answer to Shanti's question. If you go on being active, go on spreading, without having any basis, any center anywhere, you are lost. But have the center firmly, then draw 1 inch, 2 inch, 5 inches, 1,000 miles together. So the teachers always ask us to be centered firmly. As you stretch the radius in the compass, you want making firm the center. Your center of gravity should become harder and harder. Then you become secure. This is one of the problems of modern civilization. Insecurity is one of the greatest problems. Everything is there. Education is there, money is there, career is there, good friends are there, and you have a good position. Everything is there. He is insecure. Everywhere instability. A little thing will shake. We say in our language, the cat sneezes there and I get disturbed because of that. So why should little things disturb us? Some promotion, As one said, recently one of our friends read a paper on Vedanta in the office, how to practice that. So he would say, sometimes or we or someone else in the office, or I or someone else loses a pencil. It's greatly disturbed. What happened? What's this one? Or the computer goes out of order, or the promotion did not come at the proper time. Some such thing. In a calmer moment, it is a silly thing. It doesn't deeply affect us, but I'm completely disturbed, shaken. So there is the center of gravity is not not in the proper place and not fixed. So what is that? This daily prayer and meditation. Through that, coming into contact with the divine within and alone will be stability. So there is no other way, whether psychologically, spiritually, or emotionally, there is no other way except to come to the center, that is God, the self, or Atman. So, for dedication, this is used. To whom should you dedicate? Tameva Sharanam Gacha Sarvabhavena Bharata. Krishna says, you go to Him alone, the divine within, the Ishvara. He is in the heart of everyone. That is the center. Go to Him. Go to the center. He is doing all this. Like, like someone mounts different things on a machine and then starts the wheel like this. He is doing like that. Or the other example given is a puppet show. You see puppet shows? With a wire, they go on pulling wire. And then they play. Children think they are doing it, but actually it is being pulled from there. The wire puller. The Lord is the wire puller. The indwelling spirit is the wire puller. He is doing all this. Hold on there. Ramakrishna would give a very classic example. Did you have, probably you must have seen New Mexico and other places, grinding stone. One slab like this, and there is a peg here, another slab like that, and there is a cup-like thing above. You put some grains there, and then go on doing like this. Have you seen him got here? Because after all, the mills adopt the same policy. So these grains, wheat or rice, grains are crushed. They are made into powder. If you go on turning like this. But what happens? Ramakrishna continues this example. There are some clever grains. What they do, they will come very near the peg. So this grinding will not touch it. Because though it's very near the peg, there is some whole space there. So this friction will not, affect that. And it is not powder. So he gives that only. Come to the center that is God, you will not be crushed in this world. This is a very homely, simple example. So the idea is, let the center of gravity come to the self or the divine within. Then automatically your non-attachment comes. Or the other way, if you have love for God, non-attachment comes. Not love for anything else. If you have love for God, if you feel you belong to Him, then go on doing the work as you like. Be with any person you like for long years. You belong to God, God belongs to you. That's all the relationship you have in the world. If someone else is there, he also belongs to God, I also belong to God, that way we are relatives. There is no worldly relationship. It may be their wife, husband, children, father, mother, like that may be there. That is all superficial. The main relationship is God to God and related to everyone. Let us not think by doing this I am negating the other side. That as mother, as father, as husband, actually that will be strengthened. More life is given to that. All this idea of, hating a person, disliking a person, somehow doing things, that will all go. More devotion comes. If a wife serves the husband, it is the divine in the husband that is served. If the husband serves the wife, it is the divine in the husband that is served. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad it comes. The husband is telling the wife, that is the context. It is not for the sake of the husband that the husband is loved. People think like that, a narrow idea. It is because of the Lord, because of the Atman that the husband is loved. The child also like that. Everything is loved in this world because the Atman is the person. Atman is the thing that is loved. So, love the Atman. If you love God and then do the work, attachment will not come. The security will come. And you are centered in God consciousness. So, comes another idea. When you work in this world, you work as an instrument in the hands of God. God's power is working through, it's not you. God's power is working through your mind, your body, and your personality, your power of understanding, power of judgment. God's power is working through all this. Let it work. You stand aside. Like a child of God, child watching the play. Mother is playing tennis. The child is watching. It is happy to watch the mother play. Like that, all this is done by Lord Himself. God Himself it is done. And then you are just observing. That's all. You are an instrument. Krishna said, I have done already. God does all the work. Then you walk. You feel blessed. The spiritual seekers work like that. God. Who am I to do it? I expose myself to God's influence, God's presence, and He does the work. It is being used. Everything belongs to God. He is using it. Or sometimes I may borrow it. That's how I may use it. Here, all this is God's instrument. And then God works. And God is the charioteer, Parthasarathi, Krishna, the Lord, the great incarnation, became the charioteer, chauffeur of Arjuna in the battle. Like that, let the Lord become your chauffeur. As these first people say, leave the driving to us. You do the driving to us. So, the wise people leave the driving to the Lord. You drive. I don't want to. I'll simply sit behind. So, let us leave the drive. He becomes the charioteer. For all good, everything, let him take charge of it. Let us be peaceful. And there is yet another. We go to this Advaita Vedanta. There the idea is this. Everything is spirit. There is nothing like this one, the worldly thing is godly, and then wicked, and then good. No, don't think in that line at all. The fact is, everything is Brahman. Everything is the spirit. It is the pure spirit. It is all consciousness, light, love, joy. It is that bliss. That is the nature of everything. This water, or the cup, or the book, or this, the bad man, good man, saint, sinner, all these are like that. That is the fact. That is the experience of a knower of Brahman. Bring that idea into your lives. When you are working, think that. That is, when you are working, say, in a hospital I am working, the patient is God Himself, Spirit. The medicine is God Himself. The doctor is God Himself. And I am God myself too. I am the Spirit, everything is the Spirit, so I work in that way. In any other idea, I just do it. There is no us. We all chant that before we take our meals in our monasteries, and devotees also do that. You know the famous of Brahma, Pranam Brahmavi, Brahma, No Brahmanam, Brahmaiva Dena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhana. Every act is like a sacrifice, like a ritual. We do in a church or in a temple or home, everything. So, say ritual, supposing the old it is reference to old Vedic ritual. They used to take with a spoon, take some clarified butter and put it in fire. That was the sacrifice. So, the instrument of action is a Brahma, Arpanam is that spoon. That is Brahman. Brahman is that Supreme Spirit. Brahma Harihi. Whatever is taken in that spoon, that also is Brahman. Brahmagno, if fire is there, that's also Brahman, the spirit, supreme spirit. Brahmana Hutam, who is offering it? He is Brahman. Brahma Karma Samadhi, one who is concentrating on this work, that also is Brahman, this act of offering. Brahmaiva Tena Gantavya. He will reach Brahman alone. He will reach Brahman. While eating, for example, the spoon, that is Brahman. And the ice cream I take, that is Brahman. And then the fire, this power of digestion, that is Brahman. I am putting there, is also Brahman. So everywhere it is spirit and spirit alone. So if one can work like that, or attempts to do that, one develops non-attachment. You may say it's a higher practice, whatever it is. Some people can practice this. Seeing God in everything. Practice that. Seeing God in everything. Don't bring any idea of any cause and effect, this and that, and need not bring. With dedication and offering, worship, instrument, you need not bring any of these ideas. Just try to see the spirit everywhere. In the beginning, it may be an exercise, that's all. But proceed like that. Then nothing will attach. Nothing will attach. No change. Good or bad, nothing will come. So, that is another method of practicing non-attachment. Here, all these can be done by the same person. When he is in different moods, he can practice different ways. Or only one practice may be a witness. That may be the main practice. Or I'll become even-minded. Or I dedicate all my actions. I'm an instrument in the hand of the Lord. Or I see Brahman everywhere. So all this can be combined or separately can be practiced. But the ultimate result is that perfect non-attachment in all this. That is the negative side of it. Positive side is resting in Brahman, resting in God. In Vedanta, always that side is very, very emphasized. Non-attachment is all right. Along with that, what is the positive way of telling the same thing? Love for God, the spiritual realization, realization of the spirit, contacting God, or establishing deep relationship between God and ourselves. That should be there on the other side too. Non-attachment and not attached to this, but what are you attached to? You are attached to God. You are not hanging in the air. I am not attached to anything of these things. Where am I? I am in God. Or I can just say, I am in God, I love God, I am full of God. Non-attachment is already there. That is only the effects of this God realization. So, this non-attachment is the way for living an active life, at the same time realizing the highest truth. And that involves many other factors which we discussed. And if there are any more which you have read and which you know or which you have invented or discovered, you can tell. Let me stop here.
I heard about something the other day which is very similar to what you've been suggesting. But specifically, when someone feels put upon by another person. Put upon, attacked, or threatened, whatever. It may be difficult to give that fear to God. But sometimes perhaps the person can then say, all right, I cannot give that fear to God, but I will ask God to love that person. And it seems to have a similar effect of lessening that whole cluster of feelings, of making them sort of slowly disappear. Does it sound like it's a similar thing or not? I'm not sure.
Yes, love of God has come. Love of God is entered into the picture, the whole scene. Or, I am afraid of someone, so I am asking God to love him. That's what we are saying.
Yes. Huh? That the person is threatened.
Yes.
And the person who's feeling threatened asks God to love that person, to cherish that person. It's a, you might say, a trick for the mind to sort of divert the thought, to change the thought, to make it a different kind of thought, a different kind of situation.
But then what is happening, we have to examine a little more. You see, if you dissect the whole thing, first he is asking God.
Yes.
That means he is psychologically coming into contact with God.
Trying to.
Yes, trying. All the time. See, what is already natural, what has become spontaneous to a great Saint Paul or Swami Prabuddhanandaji is an exercise for us. He does it naturally, spontaneously, but we try to do it again and again as an exercise, as a discipline we do, and we get it afterwards. So this also is trying to come to God. That's the first operation he is doing. That's what we are discussing. He is becoming God-centered now there. Become God-centered and do anything. Because when the center is alright, you do anything, anywhere you go, you will be alright. So that's what he is doing there. It will be fine. So, we should not strengthen that. We have to strengthen it, that's all. When the love of God is come, contact is come, this fear has gone already. When I am near God, how can I be afraid of this fellow? There is very little power in him.
The fear always disappears.
It disappears. With the love of God, there is no fear. When we come nearer and nearer God, the infinite power, infinite light, how can there be any darkness or weakness, ignorance there? It will all go. Certainly. See, at all this, each one can have one's own. See, a little adaptation of this can be done. According to the need and according to different circumstances, we just change a little. So, as long as the basic things are there, it's all right. God coming to the picture. If that is there, all other practice, a little manipulation here and there, quite all right, according to the need of the person.
In the New Thought movement, which was popular in this country in the early part of the century, which embraced Eastern and Western thought, there were a number of little booklets that were called the Golden Key, and whenever a problem was supposed to be insurmountable, instead of thinking of the problem, you were immediately to think of God. Only God, nothing else. So you were doing exactly the same thing.
That's the secret. There what happens, that is the devotee's way of doing this work. Referring first to the Lord, then go. What happens, when I place my problem to the Lord, psychologically speaking, what have I done? I have already developed a bit of non-attachment there. I have become a witness a little. And then I can see the problem in a better way. That is one. That's not all. That's only a very small portion of it. Another is, I put that God's light is thrown on that. It becomes more clear, and then more light is there. Many times the problems will not be there after doing all this. And other times problems may be there. You will see it in the clear light, so that you can solve it. Or if it is insoluble, you will know it is insoluble. Then even then you will have peace and you will rest quietly. Supposing you say, I want sun to rise in the west. Supposing some crazy thing in the stars. So then you will know it cannot rise in the west, it can rise in the east. So don't bother yourself about that. There is one story about a devotee Prime Minister of England. Who was that? Was it Gladstone? Who knows? British history. Whoever it is, one Prime Minister. He was a devotee of God. He would I'll tell the story first and then come later. One day, what he was doing, he had worked for the Parliament in detail, all the one particular bill he had worked and then kept. He was to present it to the Parliament. An hour before or so, he had gone to the bathroom or somewhere else. His secretary came. He saw he had worked, all things he had worked. And then in this parenthesis or the sides he had written, refer AG. Refer AG. So, when one refers there, first is that, refer to him. Place before him. All these things, place before him. Then, you use all your mind. Oh, all your scientific knowledge, psychological knowledge, physical, whatever you have, use all this afterward. Place as it is. As they say, just as a child places its problems before the mother. It goes. Mom, something is happening. That's all. The mom has to find out afterwards. Whether it is hurting here or it is hungry or any such thing. Like a baby. So if one goes to the Lord like a baby first, then place everything. Then afterwards you become a grown-up person. And then think and plan all that. That is the method of devotees. First God. God comes first. And he fills himself with that God's presence, God consciousness as much as he can. Our devotees sometimes discuss this. How to take a decision. Important decision. They say first place all the facts and all that. Whatever problem is there before the Lord, without doing anything. Then take out, bring them back, think and all that. You know that book, Pilgrim? There's a pilgrim, the Russian monk. Pray to the Lord, think what you like, do what you like. When the presence of God is there, you are centered in God consciousness, at least to some extent. That assurance comes, when one goes deeper and deeper. He is not afraid of things. The fearlessness comes. Yes, God, what can happen? At the most, what will happen? Somewhere I will fail, somewhere I will succeed. But my support is not in success or failure. My support is in God. At the most, what will happen? The body will go, let it go. My support is in God, not in this body. Like that, he goes on always holding on there. Ramachana gives another example. Children, when they go turn like this, when they hold a pillar like that, go on, round, they play. They know if the moment they lose their grip, they will fall. They feel the breathing sensation, they fall down. Always hold. So if you hold on to the center, that's why such a person is very, very firm, strong, unshaken, secure, peaceful. It's very tempting for us to do. And it is or it is supported by reason, philosophy, and practical life. And the testimony of these great saints and sages. And our own, it makes sense. As we struggle, all this makes start making sense to us. Yes.
Swamiji, that non-attachment, as you just now defined it, and the vairagya, as defined by Bhartrihari, are they different? Any difference?
In essence, there is no difference. But Bhartrihari in Vairagya, see what our Sanskrit poets and then some spiritual teachers do is to emphasize certain point, they go to any length. They become blunt and then very fierce words. But it can be made more artistic and then smooth. Because the attachment is so strong. Some teachers bang. Not this quietly, they won't discuss. What's that? Give up. Cut it. Krishna himself says, cut these bondages. Sword of discrimination, they say. Swamiji would say, keep the sword of discrimination even at night under your pillow, you have to keep it. Even in dream, if anything comes, just cut like that. Use your power of discrimination, see what is what. It's a strong way of telling. Strike off the fetters. Swamiji's words in the poem. Swamiji has written song with this Nyasam, Swami Vivekananda. There is strike off the fetters. One fetter may be of gold, another may be of iron, but all the same, both are binding. What you call good, this and that, all you cut, be free. Very drastic ones. Some things when you have to cut off, it's like that. So always remind of this. See, you have a twine or some thread like this. You go on pulling. It won't break. You do like this, like that, you do, it breaks. So many of our attachments have to be done like that. If you go on just like pointing over, do like this, do like this, do like this, it won't go. Once, that's what our Bhartrihari is something like that. You know what the analogies he gives, all is very strong. Sometimes you need that strong treatment. Soft things won't do all this. It's a constant thing to do. See, different ways, different contexts. It's not just doing once and always. Then only some substantial result will come. Otherwise, what comes here will go always. So if God enters into our life under all circumstances, pleasant, happy, unhappy, and in all our relationships, in all our activities, then so the idea, Vedanta idea, if we take all ideas in Vedanta, we find they are more partial to this idea of bringing God consciousness or spiritual consciousness being the center of gravity in the spirit. They speak more in those terms. And then our Christian mystics, say Saint Teresa, Saint Francis, or of course Jesus. First seek ye the kingdom of God, everything shall be added unto you. Everything will come. Swami Prabuddhanandaji makes a remark on that. Cacapon Park, he was discussing that. Then he says, seek ye the kingdom of God. When God comes, why do you want anything to be added afterwards? He is all, He is infinite, He is full, purna, perfect. He will not need anything afterwards. What do you want afterwards? God will take care of everything. First, come to God. God consciousness. That means in our life, let there be first emphasis on God. Then all non-attachment, this and all will come. So that is the language of this of Jesus. Bible is full of just God. Or the Bhagavad Gita, or the Upanishads speak in terms of the Atman or the truth like that. No, but same. So that language, a devotee speaks that language of God. The more we speak that language, the better for us. That is how, slowly, active life, all this active life will culminate in that realization.
Sorry, one question bothers me, which I don't know whether there is in the scriptures anyway. This, I'm sure must be some Upanishad say. What kind of people are can follow this path of karma yoga? The qualifications are some kind of these people should not follow karma yoga.
There is nothing like it.
Nothing.
All can follow. In fact, all have to follow in some form or the other. Whereas if you say the pure Jnana Yoga, some only will follow, but this one all will have to follow for a long time. Because unless we cross this ocean of old attachments and then our people and then love and then relationships and all that, how can we progress? How can anyone? Everyone is born with some of those things only. All this we have to transcend. But the emphasis, there, when we say emphasis may be different. That is, there is no rule like that, it's left to the individual. According to his temperament and all that.
But there are in the present time. There are so many people. They are completely, I think, from the point of view of emotional maturity, not suited for it. And they're so immature that non-attachment, they're all attached. They're sentimental.
Oh, that's a big question. Such people should go like a bull, you see, and get knocks here and there, learn. That's the first. This is all for what we discuss for those spiritual seekers who have become somehow conscious of some higher values, higher things. It's for them. The other group who are not even conscious of this, even if you tell them, they will not understand, they will not even agree to this. They will simply poo-poo the whole thing. So for such people, let them go according to their thinking. That's why they won't listen even to these great ones. Jesus comes and tells, no, we will crucify you, that's all. Someone else comes and says, Sri Ramakrishna told some certain things, oh, he's a mad guy. They brought some doctors also to cure him. So that is how they behave. So that means they have to evolve more. They have to work in the world without all this and then learn. Yet to come to this level. Anywhere if you say, if someone does without discrimination and all that, it doesn't come to the level of even a very normal human being. If it does indiscriminately, without thinking and all that, that's one, again, Bhartadhari, I think it's Bhartadhari. What is the difference between man and other mammals? He says, Ahara Nidra Bhaya Maithuna. Eating, sleeping, security, otherwise he is afraid of things, the fear, and reproduction, they are common to all animals, all beings, we can say that. What is the difference between man and the other animals? He has the power of discretion. He can change his mind any time. A computer cannot do that. He can discriminate and then say, this I will do, this I won't do. That's self-conscious, and then the conscious discrimination. That is a special, let's say, gift. Man alone has that. Animals don't have it. Distinguish between what is right and wrong, what is really beneficial in the long run, even in larger contexts. What is really beneficial, what is not beneficial. This judgment is given to man. So when that comes, naturally all these things will follow. His very mind will tell him. The world will tell him. Everything he will tell. He will learn from the world. Even without knowing the scriptures, he will do that. Because the natural force, it will come. When the mind is active, when the power of discrimination and judgment, understanding, it just sees. They are all truths. There is another idea. Truth is self-evident. It does not depend on my belief. You know that? My belief, or whether I accept or not. No. Truth doesn't depend on that. It is there whether I accept or not. Take the case, for example, there is a live wire, electric wire. I don't believe in electricity. I don't trust these people. Doesn't matter. If you touch it, you will know what happens. So truth is like that. God is like that. God doesn't depend on our belief. The early stages they may have some relationship and all that. That's all. We proceed like that. Afterwards, Swamiji very pointedly says, society pays homage to truth. Truth does not pay homage to anyone. It stands on its own. Not depending on an incarnation of God, or a teacher, spiritual teacher, or a scripture. No. It stands on its own. That is the special characteristic and strength of truth. It doesn't depend on anything, anywhere. If we identify ourselves with truth, with God, we become like that. That is why a knower of Brahman is above all the scriptures, above all the teachers. No teacher can dictate anything to him. He is above it. in the evolution, first evolution is just do it. Whatever comes, like a little more than an animal level, without thinking, without proper discrimination, without rush and do things. Alright, do. If you want to do like that, who can prevent that? Like most people do. And take the consequences. And life teaches lessons. As I say, Mother Nature is a good nurse. She teaches. So nature teaches lessons to us. But our spiritual teachers say Mother Nature is teaching lessons there. But the men of God come and wink at us. Don't wait till the Mother Nature comes and tells. Be intelligent, you can bypass many of the things which Mother Nature is going to teach you. So a spiritual seeker bypasses many things. Bypasses. We need not do many things. We need not go through that old, slow process of evolution. This evolution can be quickened. That's a modern scientific method also is there. Supposing the wild apple or wild rice is there, wild some grain, it gives, or a cow, it gives half a pint of milk. And they say, and then it dies after 4 years, so sensitive to this and that. They will say it should yield a lot of milk and the quality should be very, very good. And then the cow should live very long. That's how they proceed. Quicken everything, get in abundance. So here also spiritual practice is that, quickening the whole process of evolution. How much we can quicken? The Vedanta teacher says it can happen this moment. Because all this evolution itself is with regard to your mind and the personality and all that. But your real personality is free from this. You are ever free as the spirit. So that can come even this moment. That's why we say an illiterate can do this right, straight it can do. He can do it. After all, we don't know how many of Jesus' disciples were great scholars. They were fishermen fishing. Think of the fishermen of that time. Just ordinary lay people. Very, very ordinary people. But they had something else. So, that one need not pass through all the evolution. We can bypass many things. So, a yogi does that. That is yoga. They say the karma, we spoke so much about karma. Yogi says, I will burn it. He has that audacity to say that. I will burn this. Or a devotee says, with the help of the God, who cares for this karma? There are some devotees who sing like this. Karma you speak of? Let the karma work. Let many more works come. Who cares for that? Love for God is enough. I am with God. Let anything happen to this body. Let it be born again and again, or let it perish this time, at this time. I don't care. So, that is the place of yoga. We can quicken, not only quicken, finish this. The aim of a spiritual seeker is to finish right now. Or at least in this body, in this life. I must finish all this in this body, in this life. I can burn all this. Through love of God, or this wisdom, this knowledge, you can burn that. That is the aim of a spiritual seeker. In this very life, in this body, if possible, tonight, I will get it. Sri Ramakrishna's life, he had this. Unless you realize, you show yourself, he told the divine, I will kill myself. He took the sword, like that. How to do it is, the yearning was so intense, immediately he had that experience. So if we have a yearning, everything is possible. They say you should want God, that's all what is wanted. If you want God, He's there. If you go one step, He comes 10,000 steps. He is ready, waiting. These are all different ways of different words are used for the same idea. That is the experience of the great saints. And then now and then, you can also feel that. It must be. The truth is there, it's always ever shining, It is ever shining, ever pure. What should we do? Simply just see him, that's all. Swamiji says, don't see him, just see him. Our sadhana, the disciplines are all just to see that, that's all. Not that we make it. This is another Vedantic idea. By your practices of prayer, meditation and all that, you don't create God. He is there, you will see that. There's a cloud. So you move the cloud. The cataract is there, you get yourself operated. That's all what you do. With all your prayers and meditations. That's another assurance for us. Because after doing all this, if he is not there, that question doesn't arise. It's not a thing that's acquired, like a PhD. It's not that. PhD, you may be afraid, oh, my guide or someone may not approve of it, or I may not be able to defend my thesis. Something like that. Here it is not like this. It must come. Because it is there, our own self, our own Atman, is more real than this. And we say, God, you don't know whether it exists or not, but this cup, this saucer is very real. But a seeker of God, in conviction, later on, the man of God will see God is more real than this. After all, this is only an appearance. It can break. But God is that spirit which is in and through this. By knowing God, you will know this table more. Supposing now I know the table only this and this, all this, that's all. That spirit that is pulsating in all these things, I don't know. But if I know that, I will see this luminous. The full of spirit I see. That's what the saints experience that. Sri Ramakrishna would see not only the image of God, the door, the floor, then the ceiling, everything is God only. It's all spirit. Everywhere, that consciousness. There is nothing, at that time, there is nothing like matter we discussed yesterday. It's all spirit and spirit alone. Who is doing this? Who is the murderer? God is the murderer. Who is the police? God is the police. God in one way murders, another way he plays and comes and catches the thief. God as the judge will pass the death sentence. God as the firing squad fires. Or God as the president pardons him. So God is doing different ways, he's playing. Then how can one hate a prisoner or a murderer or unduly praise a good man? No, they say he sees God in everyone, then worships him. And if he has to do the work, he will do again. Supposing such a man has burglary in his own house, a man of God has a burglary in his house, let us say. He will call the police. Don't think everyone is God, so you should keep quiet. That's the popular idea. If God as the thief has burgled, then God as the policeman come and catch him. So that is our worship. And God comes as the thief. What should we do? We should call the police. God will do that. That is the worship. That is the help you are rendering to that burglar. So in active life, God should be worshipped in different ways. Or, if you have love like Jesus, then love burglar so much, so he is transformed. Anyway, burglar is killed there. Either arrest him and send him away or pass his death sentence, or remove all his hatred and that tendency to steal and make him a good man. Anyway, that burglar in that person has gone. That's it. So these great ones, they transform the personalities. In Buddha's case, there is one Angulimala. Even the kings were afraid of this robber. He used to kill a king and cut all his fingers. And afterwards make a garland and wear this to show his strength over all these kings. Then one day, he would send word to all these kings, I am coming to your country. Please be careful. You should give me that, you should give me this. Before he came, the kings would place all the things in his way and then just run away and hide somewhere. Such a powerful person. One day, Buddha was halting in a king's place. And everywhere there was a struggle going on. Yeah, what's the matter? So hesitating, then I must know it. See that Angulimala has sent word, that robber has sent word that he would come. So they are all nervous and then they are making arrangements to run away. What about him? So they tell the whole story. Buddha quietly stands close. And they were all shocked. Where are you going? And Buddha Angulimala. Do you know what is going to happen? He will kill you immediately. Has anyone gone with full of love inside? They could not answer that question. The Buddha goes there, and the robber comes with the sword. And Buddha quietly looks at him. That love, eyes full of love and compassion, is transformed immediately. It may look like a story, but they're all there is possible. When the divine love falls in that person, what after all is the tendency to rob or kill? It is very, very little. Not ignorance or the darkness inside. Is when the sun rises, they all go. He follows Buddha. He becomes a monk. Love and do what you wish. And Augustine, of course, the other one, I quote it from the pilgrims there, the Russian monk of he also says, pray. His love is all. His business is prayer. Pray and think what you will and do what you like. Stay everywhere. Yeah, love and do what you wish. Yes. See, his love is something very, very great. Although it is not, we ordinarily understand this ordinary love. It is not that. It is something, it is pure and in abundance. Abundance is one of the characteristics of this divine love. You shower so that all the fear and ignorance and all, they are all submerged in this flood of love. And Augustine speaks that. Divine love is that. The yogi wants to do that. Never that love. And the language may be different. We may speak love instead of I may say that wisdom, that God, the knowledge about God, of the spirit, the Atman or Brahman. You bring that knowledge. Knowledge and love. See, for loving we should know. For knowing we should love. So love and knowledge they go together. And then they are identical. And I want to know this, I must love this, then only I can know. Or for loving this, I must know it. They go together.
Maybe I'm putting the wrong way so far.
No, you put it your way.
Well, why is it that when a person tries to begin to do some of these things that we're talking about, have talked about other times, sometimes that same person or another part of it reacts very violently on occasion. Will say, whatever, thinking it's ridiculous or whatever. Why is that? I've never understood that reaction.
Oh, we talked about yesterday here. We are the mixture of all this all stored up inside. See, our life is not just these few years, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. We have a long past. Many lives we have. Even in a newborn baby has a long past. So, we have accumulated all these things again and again, again and again. If I do it, say, supposing I dislike a person. If I do it again, my old dislike, supposing I might have disliked a similar person somewhere else, that will all come here. Law of association is there. Don't you see, supposing green color. Somewhere something happened with green color. I go to San Francisco, I see this green color. Because of this association, I get the same reaction. Probably the person with green dress has did something wrong to me. He cheated me. Somewhere else I saw the green dress, I get the same thing. Especially those who are not controlled mind and all that. So, like that, there are many things. The society and then our own power of discussion and all that most of the times keep all of them under control. Because we should not act like that. We should not do this. The training we get in home or school and then in society in general is all under pressure. If you just do that, then always there's a possibility of something coming up. Unguarded moments will come like that. So that they have to be handled in a very scientific way. They should be handled. All our moral practices are that. Yoga, spiritual practices are that. For prayers, meditations, and leading the proper life, controlled life, is for that.
I find myself reacting sometimes very strongly. I don't know if it's a process of inductive reasoning or what, where it seems that sometimes the more I try, the harder it is to achieve certain things. And intellectually, I can accept certain aspects of myself, or certain parts of myself, are fantasy, or would have no independent existence other than what I impart to them. Thoughts, feelings, and so on. But they certainly act sometimes as if they're not aware of this, that they are simply fantasy.
Because what we are doing is only surface mind. The subconscious mind is very powerful. There is so much hidden there. When compared to that, what we are doing is very little. And we compare to the iceberg, see? Only very little. Iceberg, that analogy is very poor analogy, I may say. When compared to so much the hidden inside, the surface mind is very little. So surface mind will make some decisions. The pressure comes from within, all your decisions just smash. So this is our predicament. So what we have to do, subconscious also, how to control. How to hold it. Subconscious, I don't know what it is. But during waking hours, in my conscious state, how to develop such strength so that I can hold it. That is what we call our dharma, righteousness, moral life. That is why unless one lives a moral life, they cannot be handled. Our, say, speaking the truth, or not hurting others, or being honest in our work, conscientiousness, all that, unless it is they who has not to fall apart when these things rush from inside. That is the word when they say dharma is that. Or the capacity of the mind is called dhriti. That means that which holds. When this pressure comes from inside, from outside, so many forces act on us. At that time, how can you hold on? The very first step is what we call the ethical life. That alone can do that. Have you not seen that? Supposing a man of character is not cannot be handled like that, whether from outside or inside. Supposing he gets angry, he also gets angry sometimes. Or some lust comes, he can hold. If he will say, you are there, I know, but be there. You can't come out. Just as they say to the dogs, they train. You will handle anything like that, the dog comes and wags its tail outside the door. It will not enter here. If you train the dogs like that, they do. Like the mind also will be trained. What is the training? It is the ethical discipline. It cannot come by just my willpower, it's not enough. Willpower is very mild, lukewarm, and compared to this trust we get from within. So ethical life gives that. The character. It's the character alone that can hold us. That is the bedrock, on which the spiritual life is built. Otherwise we cannot hold it. we just fall apart. So external forces come, we fall apart. Internal things come, we fall apart. So it's the character which produces. And then that helps to come into contact with real me, that is the spirit. When we touch that, then we will not worry about anything. Whatever may be there and may not be there. But to go to that, the first step is the character formation. Ethical life is the first step. In any system of religion, in any system, any tradition, that comes first. If that is not there, you can surely say there is no religion, there is no spiritual life. I say, oh, I am devoted to God, at the same time, I am not moral, I am not ethical. You can simply push it aside, there is no religion there. In Sri Ramakrishna's life, there is one story. One person came and he was living near his place. And there was a whisper about him afterwards, his character was not good. Then Sri Ramakrishna went to him and asked, what's this? People are all talking about you like this. And he said, he quoted the Vedantic idea. And everything is Brahman. Do you think my doing all these things is not Brahman? That also is Brahman. Immediately Sri Ramakrishna said, I spit on your religion. I spit upon your Vedanta. That means if there is no moral background, moral life, there is no spiritual life. So it is the moral life and then the character formation that goes. That is there is one saying in the Ramayana related. Dharmo rakshati rakshita. That means if you protect that, if you protect your character, form your character, the character will protect you in terms of danger. So we can depend on that. Not only in this life, it will come to us, next life too it will come. There are all other things we have to leave when we die, but this will come with us. This is why character is so much stressed in life. For the happy life here, and then for next life, and to go to God. For all these characteristics. Character always face, in different ways it faces. That strength within to hold on, you see, is a great thing in life. I will hold on like this. I don't allow things to come up. It may be there. I will hold on. The control is a great thing. So that comes as a result of that. Strength of mind.